like I'm in an interview.
Yeah, right.
I thrive in interviews sometimes. If I don't know what the fuck's going on, then I don't know.
I have no idea. Alright, is this thing going? Alright, we're going with that. That's going. Alright. So, let's start this.
Hi, people of the nation.
Hello. Is it working? It's kind of working.
Wait, is this live or what is
No,
this?
it's not live. It's not live.
What are you saying? Hello?
There we go. I feel like this is better now.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. That's to you. And this one's to me.
Should I put this closer?
No, it should be good the way it is.
Good.
Okay, so.
That's hardcore.
Hey, Santi.
Hi, Byron.
Hello, also everyone else that's listening. Hello, everybody there. And hello. This is very new. And this is very weird.
Yes.
Because I have no idea what to do.
Don't look at me like that, Byron.
First of all, there's no name to this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to welcome everyone to the No Name Podcast.
Okay.
We still haven't decided a name yet. By we, meaning everybody that's involved in this, which is basically just me.
It's you. Not to interrupt.
So we don't have a name. That's one thing I want to.
Oh, okay.
I want to think about one of these days.
Okay.
So we can think about it during this. I've had Flowcast as someone put out there, which is not bad. I don't mind that one.
I like it.
But like, there could be a million other things we could talk about. So Flowcast is one of them, which would be nice.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you're trying to feature people from Winnipeg.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like Flow Podcast, but people wouldn't understand what flow is. You know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, not when I say flow, people aren't like, oh yeah, that's for Love Winnipeg. They're like, what the hell's that?
Yeah, that's what I thought the first few times.
Yeah, exactly. Right. This thing, I don't know if this thing's working or not. If I move this here, is it going? I don't know. I don't care. I'll figure it out later. Once I do this. I don't know if it's gonna work, so I'm just gonna.
I should have brought my other mic just in case.
Yeah, whatever.
I was going to.
Yeah, whatever. We're good.
We're good.
Gucci gang. Anyways, so yeah, we don't even have a name for this. So I'm just gonna go with it as what it is now, which is Flowcast / we don't have a name for this podcast.
And what inspired you to do this podcast?
Jesus Christ, that's a good question. Okay, what this whole new flow idea actually came from me just thinking to myself that I can't sustain just taking pictures. Mm-hmm. So like, I started the big change where it's going to be more collaborations with people, which is going to be super fun. I'm very excited about it. But it's like, I can't just keep going around taking pictures. Yeah. There has to be something else. And that's why I expanded to vlogging. Which vlogging was fun and all. But I noticed when I was walking down the street at the whiteout party that people were coming up to me and I was having conversations with people. And that was really fucking cool. Like, I love sitting, like, going up to people and being like, hey, how's it going? And, like, talking. And, like, I met... where I was walking down the street and the Manitoba Liberal leader came up to me and was like, hey, I love your stuff. And that's my most liked picture on Instagram now is me and him talking. And it's just the most interesting thing. And he's hopefully going to be on it. He's a really nice guy. So and cool. I was like, yo, that's so cool that he came up to me and said that to me. Especially recognizing me.
Well, what's his name, sorry?
Dugald something. I don't know his last name, but it's like Dugald something. Yeah. So we talked for a bit, and that was really interesting. So that's where the podcast came in, because I like talking, as lots of people know. So that was the one reason. Another reason why is because I have the space, and I wanted to be more of like you know Casey's new 368 thing? I started this before he did, but still. Yeah. That's another reason why I kind of want to do it. It's because like the space can kind of be like where I meet with people and we talk about collaborations and we do stuff, and that's why I'm doing the renos in the hallway so it doesn't look like sketchy as fuck and all that shit. But yeah, so hopefully this works out, and hopefully when I edit this it's not shit. So yeah, don't really have a name for the podcast. So that's number one. Okay. That's the first thing. What are you up to these days?
Me?
Yeah.
What am I up to?
Yeah, what are you up to these days? I know school just ended.
So I like taking long walks on the beach.
Okay, Omar. Raheem in grade 10 when...
I'm pretty sure it was Omar.
Was it Omar?
That was definitely Omar.
That was definitely Omar? Okay. Omar in grade 10 when he was running for president.
In terms of what I'm up to, well, I just finished my last exam yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
That was fun. So I'm in business at the Asper School of Business.
Oh,
and,
shout out.
Yeah, shout out my boys. Yeah, and then so I just got an internship for the summer at 20% in Touch.
Oh shit! Yeah,
place?
I know it. I actually just heard someone at the gym signed up, and I had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
And then she was saying 'cause she like moved from Australia to Florida or somewhere like that for that job.
Oh.
And
cool.
then got sent up here when they're moving into Target. So she's one of the ones that are like helping move everybody in there, which is weird.
Very cool. Yeah, they have a place they have one in the Philippines, Jamaica, and like
it's weird.
They're really cool, and they work with like Airbnb and a bunch of cool companies.
Yeah, I had no idea that Sephora. I was talking to her and I was like, that's so weird, and they're like occupying the bottom space of Target by Polo.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Essentially, they started in Saskatchewan, and then their headquarters are here now.
Yeah,
and super cool, and like I actually used to work there like 2 years ago.
Oh really?
At the Lyft account.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's like you're doing customer service and
Right.
like I understand even though I never ran Lyft in my life.
I don't know why we don't have it here.
And then so that ended. It was a kind of funny story, but then now I also got co-op internship doing marketing there. So
oh okay, that's
really good.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. And then, how many years do you have left at school?
Oh, a tough question. Probably 2 more years.
Probably 2 more years.
Yeah. Depends how long you take it.
Depends if I fail. And if I just keep going.
Legit. Depends how the semester went.
Well, that's funny. That's pretty great. How old do you think you did?
On my exams?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. The corporate finance is a bitch, so that one's... Yeah. I'll see how that goes. But I think I passed all of them, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
It was interesting, so I'm like... I see you went to Toronto.
Yeah.
And that picture that DJ took was a pretty dope picture.
Yeah.
I love that. That one was dope. Of you.
Oh, the
yeah. That was I saw that. I was like, oh, this must be DJ. And
have you seen DJ's pictures though too?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I'm loving his beats that he's sending me.
Oh, he's really good.
Like some of them, I'm like, oh shit! Like this is actually like the thing now. Like I had no idea that's what you were doing.
He really pops it off, man.
And I was like, oh man. And then him and I sometimes talk, but it's not like all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was like thinking, I'm like, hey, well, what are we going to talk about? And I wrote in my little book here. And then there's a couple of key things that I wanted to talk about that was kind of like, one, we have to talk about your roof topping story with me. Because that shit's the best.
I'll link you to my channel.
Yeah. Not just that one, the one where you fell.
Yeah, but in that one I actually describe it.
Right. Okay.
And there's a picture. Okay. I'll send the picture to you.
Okay. I think I still have.
Oh, you have that picture.
I have the picture in our chat on Facebook.
Oh my goodness.
But I want to talk about this.
I'll send another picture because. Okay. Anyways, which way would you want to go here?
Okay. We're gonna go with. Let's hear the story.
Roof topping?
Yes, let's hear this roof topping story.
Okay, I guess we'll see where we start. God. When was it? Give me some context.
So I think it was like, it wasn't last year because I didn't really go last year. It was the year before that. And
okay, I know exactly when it was now.
Yeah, the year before that, and I remember...
It was October for sure.
Was it? Okay.
It had to be, because I know exactly when it was, because the next day was the wine and cheese.
Right, so the next day was...
And it was every year that. I'm the president of that, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. Okay, good to know.
I know, glow up.
So yeah, we were doing that, and then we rooftopped one before that one, I think.
Yeah, so essentially what we would do is we go to like the downtown Winnipeg exchange area. Don't arrest us. And
we're just confessing a crime right here.
Well, you would do it for like photography purposes.
Yeah.
I would just chime along because I'm a hood rat. And yeah, so you climb top roofs and just have spectacular views of the city. And we did that once, and it went well. and we didn't get caught or anything. So we're like, okay, let's do it again, because you got flow, you got to update those pics.
Was that your first time doing it with me, or was that our second time?
The one I climbed, I feel like that must have been our second time.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, that's probably our first time.
Well, that's my first time.
Yeah, that was the first time, because I remember the second time I think was with Charles when we found the painting.
Yeah, okay.
We'll talk about that.
I vlogged that one.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one after. I hope this mic works. I don't know. I don't know. If I hold it here, I know it works. So I could see it, in there. And when I'm talking, it's not really moving.
But when you hold it closer,
But when I put it closer, it works. So, I don't know. We're just going to go with it. And if not, that has sound, and then that has sound, and then that has sound too. So we're good no matter what.
And NSA is always recording us.
Yeah, exactly. NSA is somewhere.
You don't need those audio files.
So I remember we were rooftopping, and I think we did one before that Nutty Club one.
Yeah.
And we did the one that was right by Citizen.
Yeah.
And that was pretty dope, because that one's super easy. And then we're like, what are we going to do? And then we walked past the one that we really wanted to do, the one where it's all... Wait,
the one where the people got arrested?
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, not where people get arrested. And so then we decided we're going to go to the Nutty Club. Uh-huh. And then we went to the Nutty Club, and then we're like, all right, what are we going to do? And then we went up it. And I remember we were just taking pictures. It wasn't even... We weren't even doing anything bad. It was literally just taking pictures.
Yeah.
And you're standing on...
It was okay. It was like a 5 foot... I don't know. That's 5 feet tall, chimney.
Yeah. For
the roof. And it wasn't on the edge, and it was kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
And you're just taking pictures on top of that. And since it's on the top of the roof, no one actually... minds to make anything well, because who's gonna be up there?
Yeah.
So I'm standing on it, and then all of a sudden I just feel the brick come off and splat just face first onto the floor, and it's a solid 5 feet, and I could tell you I definitely had a concussion. But I hit it, I'm like, oh, what happened? And I'm like, oh, I hope I didn't break a ton of shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did. And I got up, and my face was really bloody.
Yeah, I remember that, because I was like, hey, hey, Santi, can you drive me home? I remember you fell. You fell. And we were all like, oh shit, and we were kind of laughing, so I was like, not bad, and I just saw your face, there's a giant gash in your face.
Yeah.
And then, fuck, I just remember that, and then I was like, oh man, you want to drive me home? You're just fucking spaced out, and then I was like, shit, is Santi dead? And then, sorry, I just gotta put this on the IG right here.
Out here.
Yeah, and then we're like, Santi dead? Nah, he's not dead, nah. And then you were like, you easily didn't move for 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I felt really different for a little while, and I was like, oh man, I'm probably gonna fall going down the
yeah, that was the thing that I was kind of scared of too.
I was just because you're, how, it was probably 5 stories?
Yeah, it was about 5 stories.
5 stories. And
then the ladder was you go down it, and then it moves, and then it goes down, so it's kind of shaky too.
Yeah.
That was a good one. And then the second time we went out was another fun one. You're vlogging that one, which was a great vlog. Yeah, great vlog. I remember that one, and it's still one that to this day I laugh about, just because it's oh my god. Charles still has. I'm hanging out with Charles tomorrow. Oh, Charles is the one that's helping me with the renos and
pros. Oh, no way. Yeah. Shout out.
So Charles
is still at the brick?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So tomorrow we're doing more of that room.
Oh, Charles, and who was the other guy?
Is it Evan. Evan was the one. Yeah, Evan is not working. I hang out with him sometimes.
I remember he just got fired from the vlog.
Yeah, he's working for some steel company in Selkirk, and he makes mad bank.
I'm sure he does. That
mad
bank.
We haven't hung out in a while, and then we went to, we were hanging out, and he's like, yo, let's go see a movie. I'm like, sure, let's go. He's like, let's go see Sherlock Gnomes. And I was like, okay. And then he was serious. So we ended up going, this was 2 weeks ago, we ended up going seeing Sherlock Gnomes, a movie about Sherlock Holmes, but with gnomes. That's a sequel to Romeo and Juliet. And Romeo and Juliet were the main characters in
God.
in it, and it was like, oh my god, this is so
I
bad.
feel like puking.
But anyways,
was it good? What's your movie? 10 out of 10?
I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 because it was us.
I want a needle drop review here.
Let me get my plaid on. It was good because it was Evan and I, and then a person with special needs, and then her care person.
Oh, cool.
So they ended up leaving at like the climax of the movie. So it was Evan and I for like the last like half an hour of the movie, and we're just fucking around the entire time. He goes up to like the light thing, like from the projector, and he starts doing like hand symbols on the screen and shit like that. And we're just like
shit.
joking the fuck around. They're like the only ones in there. And so we were hanging out and then left, and it was a pretty shitty movie. But because you could easily tell what was going to happen. You're just like, oh man, this is horrible. It's not meant for a 21-year-old and a 23-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Charles still has that painting.
Yeah.
So I remember we went to IKEA to go grab some shit, and he had it in his back, like in the back of his car, and I was like, are you kidding me, Charles? He's like, man, it's a great painting, it's a good conversation starter. And I'm like, Charles, yes.
At the back of his car?
Well, like, he had his in his house, but he always, like, I don't know why he has paint. Like, every time I go into his car, it's a different painting in his car. I have no idea why.
Conversation starter.
Yeah, conversation starter. But yeah, so we've been hanging out a lot, and he's helping me with the house, which is great because he's a really nice dude and everything like that.
Super nice.
So we were doing that. That was a great vlog. That was a great vlog. 10 out of 10. And then I just remember like there's like the cat food, and then we're like, Evan, you just lost your job, like $5. Like, just go under here and go eat it.
See it all live. See it all live.
Yeah. What's on this one though? There's 3 minutes left on that one, so now I gotta press the record again on that one. Because the Nikons have a max of like 20 minutes for recording.
Memory-wise?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
No matter what, like how many gigs are in it, it's so it doesn't like not overheat, but something. I was reading up on it, but the Canons don't, because that can go for like 2 hours.
Nikon? No, the Sony ones,
yeah.
The mirror of the Sony ones, just because they're so compact, they also get overheating. But there's ways you can stop that, but it is...
The Nikon one, you can't. I looked and I was like, it's like, it could brick your camera, and I was like, I'm not going to test that, whatever, let's press the button again once it dies. But anyways, so yeah, that was a really funny story, because it's something that, like, I think that was one of the last times I rooftopped.
Yeah, the time the one before where I fell was really funny, because then after the next day I had to go to like this wine and cheese. Yeah. Like dress up in a full suit, go to like the Qualico Center, and then like I just had a Band-Aid and I was like Nelly, and then like sponsors would be asking, so what happened? And I'm like, I don't want to tell them that I.
What'd you end up saying?
Oh man, so I started off like saying some dumb shit. I would say like I was helping a friend and I fell off something and something like that. And then, like, they kept poking and prodding, and, like, I'm just gonna tell them the truth. It's like, yeah, I was on a rooftop last night, and I just fell off. It's like, well, that's all these they're like, that's the most interesting story you heard of tonight.
Yeah, all these big donors of people. Yeah, I was rooftop and doing everything shit. That was fine. Yeah, but I remember we did that rooftop, and then the next year the same year or the next year, we did the vlog rooftopping, and I think I did one more time after that, and that was my last one with Evan. And we went up the other Nutty Club, but we realized that we couldn't get up top because it was so far away. Like, the ladder was so far away.
There's another Nutty Club?
Yeah, it's like farther off.
Okay, interesting.
The other way, down Riverbend. Not Riverbend, but I'm just going to stop this one now. And then...
Do you wait for it to cool down kind of thing?
No. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Another 20 minutes.
Okay, that's what it's
yeah. So... It's really weird because, like, I wanted to go around it. But anyways. And I remember... I was really fucking stupid. I kept jumping at the wall trying to jump up and grab the ladder. But every time I would go, I'd just jump at the wall. I wouldn't, like, try anything. I'd just jump at a wall. Yeah. And I remember I fucked up my toe when I was doing it. But...
You're fragile.
And then we get up. And then we're like... It's, like, a good 5 feet from, because we're supposed to go down the ladder, just easier than going up the ladder because it's fire escape. But yeah, that was really fine. And then the other story that I remember is when we were coming back from the, I think we were in grade 11 and we were coming back from the Cherry Fox walk, and we got back to Kelvin, and then we were just hanging out, and then we took the bus, and I really wanted to get a burrito, but then I wanted to go to Boon Burger, and you and DJ were like, no, we'll find somewhere cooler, and then we got off the bus at Boon Burger, and then we keep walking, and we see that model shirtless on that wall.
Oh,
and then
one of the best shots ever.
Yeah, and then DJ took a picture of it, and then the model's face was like, "Sup?" And then the photographer was like, "The fuck?"
Yeah,
that was so funny.
It was honestly, I think one of the, like a really quality pick in street art. Okay, funny extension to that story. Do you know that model?
No, I don't know who he is.
Okay, he's actually like now a famous model.
Oh, is he?
He was a local model, but now he like does. I think he does stuff with what's that big brand? It's like H&M.
Topshop?
No, but H&M in like Spain. Zara?
Oh, Zara?
Zara, yeah. I think it was Zara. I'll have to double check.
Yeah.
But he's doing like big, like in LA, like he's a big, which is really funny because it's like, oh my god, that's the same guy you took a photo with, DJ.
Yeah, the shirtless Josh Sherbrooke across from Stella's there. Yeah, I remember that, and that was so funny because I remember I was so pissed off at you guys because I was so hungry. And I just...
Oh my god, did we go to the legislature that time?
Yeah, so we ended up walking down Sherbrooke, and then we got to Broadway, and then I'm like, there's nowhere around here, and you guys are like, yeah, there's somewhere around here, we'll definitely find food. And then I remember we walked past, there's a community center, and then we walked past the community center, and they ended up having a barbecue, and they were like, man, there's food right there, and I was like, fuck that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, hey, whatever, I just want a burrito. And then we ended up going to the ledge for some odd reason. We go inside the ledge, I think, and we were walking around for a bit.
The best part was like, we would walk around, and then you would be so mad, because me and DJ would be like, Oi, toi, bye. You were like legitimately mad.
Yeah, you were like, bye, man. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Like, come back, but like all in French. I can't even speak.
I know, right?
But it was just like you were walking so far ahead of us. Bye, man.
Bye, man.
Où vas-tu?
It was so bad, but it was so funny at the same time. And looking back, I was like, and I think I ended up getting a burrito. And they're like, all right, let's keep walking. And I'm like, fuck you guys, and went home. And got on the bus and went home. Fuck, that was really funny.
And then we're BFFs for life.
Yeah, and then on. Yeah.
That's when you knew.
That's when I knew that we were gonna talk. And then DJ was gonna leave to Toronto without telling me and all that shit.
I'm not telling anyone.
Yeah, without telling anyone.
They call it the talk shit about DJ, but
yeah.
I'm kidding. Love
DJ,
you.
if you're watching, I love you.
I know.
Love you. I haven't talked to you in a while. Message me sometime.
Slide into my DMs.
Which he does too. That's the funny thing. He doesn't have my number for some reason, so he slides into my DMs on Instagram, and I'm like,
DMs is where it's happening, man.
Yeah, man.
Did I show you? It's Quan.
No.
I talk about him a lot. Anyways, okay.
What is it? Okay.
He's he's like this guy who does videos.
Yeah.
So good videographer, and I hit him up, and I got him like a thing with Asper, and he does all the stuff for Asper now.
Oh shit. Okay.
But he's like, his videos are so good. Like, he did stuff for like 2 friends. They're like really good videos.
Yeah.
And he's so good. He's such a cool guy. You should meet him. Anyways.
Okay, I want to see if no, I'm just gonna wait till the end of this, and then I'll see if this sound's actually working on this thing.
You can take a break.
Okay, yeah, let's take a break. Let's take a quick break.
Okay, cool.
Now. Let's take a break. Break time. All right. Now it's gonna work. There. Yeah, now it's showing up as now it can show up. There you go. All right, so we're back now. I found out that the mic that I'm using over here wasn't actually recording, and that sucked. But so it's going to change the audio quality, and this is why we're doing test rounds right now, everybody. So anyways, Santi thought we should talk about how we know each other, and I'm so down for this. So
we made out once.
Yeah. So it started off. I don't know how I
saw you across the room.
We were all taking a long walk on the beach. It's 2 separate beaches.
You broke my heart, man.
We went to school together. That was the first thing, and I don't know how we became friends, but I remember I was super annoyed by you like every time in high school.
Aww.
And like I remember
Don't
this.
change.
And I remember this just because it was like, I don't know. There's something that always annoyed me, and I think
I have no idea what it is.
it stemmed from like, first of all, the walk where you guys are like back ran, and I was like, Jesus Christ, and I have no idea why, but it was like super annoying. And then we graduated.
I can see that.
And then we graduated, and then now you're like a decent human being, and I enjoy talking with you and hanging out with you.
You didn't think I was before?
No, you were, but it's just like.
Byron, I thought I was dressed up as you for Halloween.
Okay, side note, Santi and another friend Sean dressed up like me for Halloween. Like in grade, that was grade 12.
Hold on, one of my favorite costumes. I had a milkman.
That was the best Halloween.
You would wear Tom's, so what I did, it was like all cloths.
I'll see if I could find the picture and add it into this, but go ahead, explain.
Yeah, so Tom shoes, like, you know the brand, and it's just like, just literally cloth slipper. So I'm like, I don't want to buy Tom shoes for the outfit to look like Byron because he would wear those all the time. So I went to Michael's, bought cloth, and I went and cut out cardboard and I didn't even like put it. I stapled it together, and they kind of looked like Tom's. And I'm like, boy, out here.
The picture that I have is like so good. And it was my favorite because one of you guys dressed up as Summer Byron, one of you guys dressed up as Winter Byron.
Because one isn't enough.
And I remember like Sean took my Oshaga hoodie and he wore it, and he was like giant dude in this like small ass hoodie, and it was like the funniest thing, and it was so good. And I really
describe your look in high school.
Describe my look in high school. Colored skinnies. I think I ended up having 12 of those.
Yeah. I still have those red pants.
Oh man, that's great. I think I threw out all mine or gave them away.
No.
Yeah, no, I should bring that back. Hoodies every day, and then like multiple colored hoodies.
Yeah.
Like now I wear hoodies every day too, but like they're like black or like blue. Then it was like yellow, fucking turquoise, like the most random colors. I had no idea why. I think when I was in high school, I think what the funny thing about it was
you would wear like, I guess, really tight pants.
Yeah.
Would you even just wear like tights sometimes?
I did once. I did once to see if anyone would notice. My dad and I were like, let's see if anyone notices. And it's literally like long johns.
Yeah.
But they're like black, so they look like leggings. And nobody noticed.
I'm not sure if people, maybe no one said it.
Yeah, no one cared.
They're only slightly tighter than your usual.
Yeah, just slightly. But it was really funny. Because I remember Disney Channel. When I was in high school, I watched a lot of Disney Channel. Disney Channel's like, be different, be cool.
You watched Disney Channel in high school? I'm touched.
Fuck yeah. Disney Channel, back then it had...
No need to be insecure about that, it's okay.
I don't even know what shows I watched back then. Back then, like, there were some good shows on Disney Channel.
What would you watch on Disney Channel in high school?
I think it was before high school. It was like Sweet Life on Deck and all
I put you on the spot.
Yeah, like, I would remember. I'll get back to you on that one.
But yes.
But it was like, they're like, yeah, be different, be cool. And I was like, yeah, that's me. Oh my god, I'm the cool, weird, different kid. And then that didn't go well. All the little kids that are watching this or listening to this, it's bad.
Don't be different. Yeah. Be like everyone else.
Yeah.
Don't stand out, or else you'll be different, and different is bad.
Yeah, and then people will make fun of you. And you won't live it down. It's true.
Byron.
It's so true.
Do you regret, like...
No, I don't.
I'll say, like, it was, like, you weren't, like...
It made me who I was today.
Yeah.
Because
I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That
shit was funny. Looking back at it now, I have a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook where I'm just laughing my ass off.
But I think it was, like, funny, but it was also cool that you weren't, you know...
Oh, I didn't give a fuck about it.
Like, you weren't, like, doing shit because, like, everyone else was doing shit, right?
Yeah, still to this day, it's just, like...
Yeah.
Like, when I was in England, which we'll talk about because we still haven't, I saw on my Facebook the On This Day thing. It was me in like my green pants, my green shirt, and a green hoodie.
Yeah.
And like I was all green with like a shitty iPhone 4 quality picture, my dad's mirror upstairs. And I was like, happy St. Patrick's Day. And I was like, oh man, did I actually wear this out?
Well, like, it's safe. That's what I feel like
that one was okay, but why did I have everything that was green was another question. When I went to Amsterdam, I met up with a stay. I don't know if you remember her. Stay.
Oh, Estee.
Yeah.
I thought she was in Toronto.
She is, but she went to Amsterdam as an exchange student.
Very cool.
And I saw on her stories that she was in Amsterdam, and I was like, hey, like, I'm coming there, like, you want to show me around? She's like, yeah, for sure. So I met up with her.
That's so nice.
And it was really nice because she showed me around. And what ended up happening was we were taking pictures, or I was walking around with her, and we were just talking, like, reminiscing and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, my colored pants came up in conversation. But it's not the point of the story. The point of the story was one of the times I was walking around, I didn't know this, but the red light district, like the prostitution district, is in the middle of the tourist area. So we're like walking around, I'm taking pictures of the canals, and she's like, I put your camera away. I'm like, why? She's like, well, sometimes the security thinks that you're taking pictures of the girls, and they might ask you to delete it. I'm like, oh, makes sense, because there's girls in windows. Oh. So what ended up happening
Wait, so the girls just stand in the window?
They dance in the window, and they kind of stand and try and get your attention, or they're on their phones trying to get your attention. They're like half naked, basically, or some are naked.
That's very. They're literally like what are they called, mannequins?
But yeah, basically, yeah. And
it's kind of weird.
It was a big culture shock for me. So I'm like, yeah, I get it. Put away my camera. We start walking, and then I was only there for 2.5 days. So the next night I wanted to take night shots. So I was walking around by myself, had my headphones in, taking shots, long exposure, blah 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 blah, and I end up being in that area again. And I didn't even know it because I was just walking and like. Okay,
there.
Yeah, because like it's all like.
I don't know how I ended up with this.
I don't know how I had this lap dance. But I had this. I ended up in the area again, and then there's this one girl in the window trying to get my attention. I'm like, no, like no, thank you, and I just waved her off, and I kept walking. I'm like, okay, no one's gonna believe me that there's naked to half naked girls in these windows, just like kind of slowly like not even dancing, just like. And I'm like, okay, like, so what I ended up doing was I had that camera on that tripod actually, walking down the street, and I was doing just filming it, and you could see the ladies, and then the last girl, the girl that actually tried to get my attention the first time, you could see her notice that I was filming, and I corner of my eye saw her banging on the window and open up the door. So I kind of like Assassin's Creed that shit into like a big group of people. So like security would see me.
Okay, cool.
And then I watched the video over again, and I like boosted the sound, and you could hear something. She said something in Dutch. I had no idea what she said. And then all you hear in the faint background, motherfucker. And it's like you're not supposed to take. It's not illegal, but it's highly frowned upon. I'm like, I don't care. Like no one. And then I left back to London the next day. But it was like. Right after that,
say that's highly frowned upon when they're dancing half naked on the window.
Yeah, and also to take pictures, and I'm like,
but that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because it's like privacy, and like I totally get it, whatever. But I was like, oh my god, like it was kind of scary. So I'm like, okay, the worst thing to do is take my camera and tell me to delete it, whatever. But like I was like, Assassin's Creed this shit. So that was fun. Amsterdam was great. Weed was in like every second shop, which was really interesting. Like every second store had weed, and they had like entire like. How many different strains they have. You can buy the seeds and everything and like candy. The two weirdest things I saw that were weed related. Weed energy drinks, which was like, how is this a thing?
I feel like it's an oxymoron. If certain type of like strains are actually not that bad.
Really? Oh, I had no idea.
That's what I hear. Yeah. I'm no expert.
Yeah, I had no idea. And the other thing was weed lube, and I was like, how? So I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyways, so. It's so weird, and I was just walking around. It was a culture shock. Huge culture shock for me.
True.
And it was just so interesting, and what ended up happening was I went to London with a carry-on and a backpack.
Yeah.
Because I knew I'd be taking... Side note, in London, it was more expensive, or my transportation in London was more expensive than my flights from London to Paris, Paris to Amsterdam, Amsterdam back to London. I spent over $200 Canadian just in London alone on like the trams, the trains, and the buses. Yeah. And I spent I think $140 on the planes to all those places.
Holy shit!
Like it was like what? But anyways, so I knew I was traveling on cheap airlines, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to take a carry-on and backpack. Yeah. Everything fit when I was going there, and I found a store called Primark. Don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
Best place in the world. It's basically Urban Planet, but better quality stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like the shirt I'm wearing now was like £1, and that's like $2. Like it was super cheap, and they had everything from like girls' makeup to I know, right? Like where's this? This corner should be like the makeup area.
I'm starting a makeup vlog.
Yeah. It from like makeup to like hair dryers, suitcases, luggage, dudes' clothes, chicks' clothes, toothpaste, baby clothes, stuff from like whatever, like wherever I was. So in Amsterdam, they had like an Amsterdam section where there's like named Amsterdam stuff, which I got from my grandma for her birthday, and it was really cool because, so I went there and I bought so much stuff. And Anya, shout out to Anya, she's watching this, she probably isn't. She's probably not watching. She doesn't watch that shit.
Take a moment to cry.
Yeah. I left my stuff at her place because she's there right now modeling.
Uh-huh.
And so I left my stuff at her place because I knew everything wasn't going to fit. I had to come back to London. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I go there and I buy just so much shit that I'm like, okay, none of this is all going to fit in my carry-on. So I'm in Amsterdam. I'm in the Primark. And I found the suitcases, and they had a special that one day on suitcases for like €20 instead of 35 for one of them. And it was blue. So I'm like, sick. There's like 10 of them here. I highly doubt they're gonna sell it in a couple hours when I come back and grab it. So come back, or I hang out this day, come back later, and I just grab a blue one and I leave. And not leave, but I go and pay for it. And walk out. And they're having trouble like scanning it. I'm like, it's the one that's on sale for €20. And they're like, oh, okay. And they just type it as €20, and then I get back, and then I look at the two pictures. I took a picture of the one that was on sale, and then I took a picture of the one that I had. The one that I had was actually €15 more than the one that was actually on sale. That's why they're having troubles. So I got the better one for the exact same price, and I was like, yeah. Well played. So that was great. And then another really funny story about Amsterdam was the first night there. I get there at 11 o'clock. Like it was late, and I check into my hotel. And I'm like, I'm hungry. How much time is on this one? We still got 6 minutes. And I was hungry, so I'm like, hey, what am I going to do? I'm looking at Google Maps, and there's like McDonald's, like 25-minute walk away. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I'm not doing anything anyways. Yeah. So start walking. It's drizzling. I don't really care. And then I get to the McDonald's, or first of all, I get lost because it's like I'm in a suburb of Amsterdam. Yeah. I got lost in their like furniture area, and I was like, "Oh damn!" Like,
what do you mean?
Kind of like like
IKEA.
It was basically like IKEA, like not IKEA, but like where the brick is, like like there's like furniture places everywhere, and I get lost in that. I remember one of the names of the place was Beater Beds, and I was like, I like this because it sounds like it's like Dutch. So I get lost, and then I thought the McDonald's sign was that way, but it was like the other way, and they just put the sign there just to like tell people to turn left. So I was walking towards the sign, but it was actually that way. And I got to the McDonald's, and I tried opening up the door because there's people inside, and it was locked. And I was like, shit, okay. And then I'm like, what am I going to do? And I look at the hours, and it's like, restaurant closes at 11, but the drive-thru is open 24 hours. So I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have to walk to the drive-thru. So I go to like the little speaker thing, I'm like, hello? And then they're like, no one answers, so I go to the door. And then I'm like, hi, and then they just point back. So then I walk back to the thing, and I'm like, hello? And then they say whatever hello is in Dutch. Yeah. And then I start talking, they're like, no English. And I'm like,
haven't thought this through.
Didn't think about this. And I'm just trying to pronounce what's on the menu.
It's in Dutch on the menu?
It's in Dutch. Yeah. I had no idea. So I picked specifically what I knew that I would eat, that it was the same like trademark name, like chicken McNuggets. I said McNuggets and she understood. Yeah. So I was like, thank God. And like I think I got a sundae too because it was still Sunday, and I was like, yes. And then there's a car ahead of me, and I get my stuff, and then I actually have a video of me grabbing her. She's speaking Dutch to me. I had no idea what she said. And then I start walking back, and I'm holding this paper McDonald's bag and a sundae. And it's just downpouring rain now. No. Like, and I was like, oh my God. And I could feel the bag slowly ripping. And I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. And I get back and I'm soaking wet. And I'm like, Jesus. But yeah, that was a funny thing.
You're like, and then it just started pouring rain.
Yeah. Stop it. And then we're good. So yeah, that was one.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that was just Amsterdam.
They don't usually let you walk the drive.
I know I don't know why they let me. I
think they tried to tell you, but you didn't understand.
Yeah, they probably like no, and I was just like, screw it, I want my McNuggets. So out of the 3 places I went to, Amsterdam was the best.
Very cool.
I don't remember. Did you go to London before?
I've been to London, yeah.
Okay, so you know how crazy it is there. Like, it was like, oh my god, and it's expensive as hell because it's double the price of whatever it is here.
Yeah, it is really expensive.
Which is crazy.
Well, not double.
It was like 1.89, and then with my Visa conversion, it was like 1.92 or something.
Holy
like that.
shit!
So
yeah.
like it was like
really
double.
Yeah.
And that killed me. But anyways, that was a side note. So I go there and like first couple days I do my stuff, and then I go to Paris with Anya, and we go to the Louvre, which was really pretty. I'm not into like art like that, but that was super pretty. Like the statues and the paintings and everything like that was amazing.
Yeah.
And then it was really weird because in every like 10 steps there's people selling metal Eiffel Towers on like the ground with like blankets.
Yeah.
Every 10 steps, and it's the exact same stuff. And then people were walking around selling it on keychains. And then there's the tourist shops have it too. And I'm like, man, I just really want my metal Eiffel Tower. Alcohol is damn cheap. That was really nice. Yeah. Anyways, back to...
Well, cool thing about London is like, I'm sure you got a chance to do it. All the museums are free. So it's like,
yeah, I got to go to some of them, which was cool.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like...
I like those.
I went to Abbey Road. But they were doing construction on it, so it was like everyone's trying to walk, and people are like just trying to get home or go to work. People are like crossing and like
trying to take the photo.
Yeah,
and it's just like everyone's like.
And then there's me in like the far corner with my phone, listening to like one of the songs, and like taking a picture of my phone with the background. You could see it and everything like that. And I was like, okay, like I was alone, so I was like, whatever. And then one of the things I really wanted to do while I was there was, you know, the Mumford & Sons "Sigh No More" cover.
No.
Okay, so the cover is actually, they took a picture in London somewhere of that cover.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, I gotta see this. So I made my way over and found the place and took a picture of it, and I was shocked because like that album was like one of my favorite albums. Mm-hmm. And I was taking pictures of it, and like everyone was staring at me like, what the hell? Because it's just a random street. Like it's like nothing special about it, just some random street. And I was taking pictures of it, and I
How did you find it? How did you know it was that?
Because I just Googled it.
Oh,
I was like, where did Mumford shoot? And it's like Pumpernickel and something. And I just went to it, and people were like, the hell? It was a busy street.
Yeah.
And then I was done taking pictures, and I've been by like the Chelsea Stadium.
Oh, cool.
Which was really cool. Because like...
Except I hate Chelsea, but...
I'm not a big football fan or anything like that, but it was really cool seeing it. And it was funny because I just walked up to it, security waved me over. I'm like, okay, and they're like, can I check your bag? I'm sure, open it up. They're like, all right. And I'm like, I just walk around? Like, yeah. So I just walk around. I couldn't get into the stadium, but I was looking through and like, that was so cool. And that's why I ended up getting that Chelsea.
Yeah, I hate you for that. Did I tell you I hate you for that?
I just put it up there because I'm like, it's like, it was blank up there, and I'm like, I need something up there.
I guess it looked kind of cool. I'll get you a Tottenham one.
Yeah. So that was really cool. But yeah, it was such a cool experience.
I thought London was really dope, like a really dope city.
London was cool, except for how expensive it was.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And how just like, I was also just super tired because like I walked everywhere I went and everything. Yeah. I didn't go to half of London. Like I didn't get. It was huge.
I did a bunch of like downtown and kind of that area and a bunch of museums, but never even got to go to Camden Town.
Okay, yeah.
Which I heard is like really cool, like another area.
I
went to a game though. I went to a Premier League game.
Oh shit! That's what I wanted to do. There was a game the day before I got there, and then like 5 days after I left. And I was like, that was the one thing I wanted to do. But I ended up going to. I was staying in Croydon, which is like, kind of like Headingley, of like, not like that, but like it was like an outskirts.
Yeah.
And I get there. Okay, so I go from Winnipeg, I leave to Calgary.
Yeah.
And then Calgary to London, which is stupid. I don't know why I did that. So, and then I go, and I had a 7-hour layover in Calgary.
No.
And I was like, oh my god, but whatever, it's cheap. It's like $300. So I was like, okay, whatever, I don't care. So I'm chilling in the airport, finally get on the plane, and everything's good. I couldn't sleep on the plane on the way there, and it was like a 9-hour flight. And I was like, I couldn't sleep the entire time. Maybe slept like half an hour.
Yeah.
And then by the time we got there, it was like 10 in the morning London time. So it would have been perfect if I slept and I woke up and it was perfect. Nope, didn't sleep. So I'm like, shit, get off the plane, and then I go get a bus pass or the Oyster card, and then I get on the train, blah, 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 and then I get to where I need to be, which is the Croydon stop, and I get off. And then I realized that I didn't really look at the area on Google Maps that well, so I had no idea where to go. So I was searching around for Wi-Fi, because I didn't have service.
Yeah.
I was like freaking out, and I ended up being lost for about an hour and a half, walking around this area with a suit, like my suitcase and my backpack, and I finally find my hotel after an hour and a half. And I get there and I'm about to check in. They're like, yeah, we don't actually have water, so we're sending everyone to another hotel. Here's a little piece of paper that says the buses to get there. Have fun.
They didn't even shuttle there.
No.
For you.
No. And I'm like, oh my god. And I finally get there. I was awake for over like 42 hours. And I was just like running on adrenaline. And I get there and like the room was like maybe a bit bigger than this room we're in right now. Like it was a small ass room.
Yeah.
And like they were just doing construction outside, and it was so bad. And then I was only there for a couple days, and then I left, and then went to Paris, which was really cool, and then Amsterdam. And then I came back and stayed in the hotel I was originally supposed to stay at.
Yeah.
And it was so much better. It was like a way nicer hotel.
Nice.
But the first hotel was in a better area than the second hotel,
Which is farther away.
yeah, which made no sense. But so that was really interesting. But anyways, back to the other reason why you're here, which is the podcast of me not talking to you, not on a trip.
Very cool.
So there's a couple things that I have another story we could talk about.
There should be like a therapy session.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all started when we were 8.
One day.
Oh, wait till I'm Byron.
So the other one I want to talk about was Alex's party there.
Jesus Christ.
So
trying to get me incriminated?
No.
I have a job now. I'm kidding.
No. I don't think it was bad. I think everyone.
Alex is.
So I'll give my side of the story. Yeah. Have fun. I didn't know that he was dating Kelly Lee.
I know, not great.
It was just weird.
So.
I would never guess. Anyways.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I'll give my side of the story, and then if you want to chime in.
Which party is this?
This is the one where it's yours, DJ's, and Sean Egan's birthday all together. And it was all at Alex's house, or apartment. Across from Grand Park. Do you have more than one party?
He had so many.
Okay, there's one where Morgan just like...
Oh, the one when he died.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll give my side, and you can chime in.
And I'll follow up too, anyways.
Yeah, so we... I hate going to parties. I think you know this. I think everybody knows this.
I can see why now.
Yeah, I'm like the mom at parties, which is funny. So I ended up saying, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go to this party.
Yeah.
So I ended up going, and everyone was talking about it, like, the week leading up to it. But I had no idea, like, in my head how many people were. And I remember DJ's parents came and got me from my house, and then we go there.
Dropping down a death wish.
Oh, no, we go to McDonald's, and then I grab a coffee, because I didn't drink until I was 18. I didn't even have a sip of alcohol until I was 18.
Damn right, you good boy.
And I was like,
good Christian boy out here.
Yeah. So then I had a coffee, and I remember I get there, and it was just like Titanic was on the TV, people were just sitting around, just smoking weed, and then...
Classic.
Everything was kind of moved in the corner, and there was like 50 people there in this apartment.
I can see that.
It was about 50 people.
I feel like I don't quite remember. I only remember Morgan's thing. But going.
So I'm like there, and it was sad or kind of funny because this was right when Nia and I ended our thing. Single, and I think. And I was like, okay, whatever.
That's a heartbreak right there.
Her birthday was around that time too, and I already got her a present. So I'm like, hey, whatever, I'll give you a present. Are you going to Alex's party? And she's like, I don't think so. And I was like, okay, good. she ends up being there.
Of course.
And I was like, ah, shit, okay. I was being really nice, and like, I wasn't causing a scene, I wasn't doing anything. I stopped, like, not talking to her, but I stopped, like, being with her and everything like that. Like, I made everything nice.
Uh-huh.
And then, I remember Morgan was just, like, not into it. Like, just, like, completely just fucked. And I was like, alright, Morgan, like, sit down here, like, rest up. And he lays down, and then, he ended up getting up when I looked away or something like that. And I lost him, and I was like, shit. And I remember everyone was yelling, like, the cops are called. Everyone, like, bailed, and we're like, shit. 17, 16-year-old kids were, like, running away. Okay. Everyone goes to McDonald's. I think I went to McDonald's. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I knew Morgan was even in that room at that point. Oh, yeah. I grabbed Sean Egan, and I'm like, hey, you want to help me with... Or no, I asked Morgan, because I finally got Morgan to lay down. I'm like, Morgan, can you walk? He's like... in a waterbed. Yeah. No, this is before that. This was the couch. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, Morgan, can you walk? And he's like, kind of. And I was like, okay. So I'm like, Cameron, find your shoes. Found his shoes, found my shoes, couldn't find his jacket, so I gave him mine. Yeah. And I wear that jacket to this day now, which is funny. And I get Sean Egan and I get him on our shoulders and help him walk. I'm like, hey, if the cops were actually called, they're going to go to McDonald's. I'm not going to go to the McDonald's. We're going to go to the movie theater at Grand Park. Okay. So we start walking, and Morgan's like, I need to pee. So he ended up peeing on us, some random apartment building. And then he couldn't make it to the... You guys left and came back? Wow. Yeah, so he went pee, and then they both couldn't make it to the movie theater. So we stopped at a bus stop, and then a bus came by, and Sean was super talkative the entire time. And we're like, oh my god, Sean, shut up. And then they're both... Yeah, Mr. Sean, thanks for always coming to my live streams, by the way. I'm going camping with him on Sunday. Oh, really? Oh, say that for me. And they're both like, they're like, oh my god, that bus driver's judging me so hard. And it's like, no, he's not. Like, we're sitting at a bus stop. Like, he doesn't care. Like, oh my god. And then we see a cop car go by, but not stop. And we're like, hey, like, cops were definitely not called. Like, whatever. Yeah. So then we head back to his place, put Morgan, like, on Alex's bed in, like, recovery position. So I'm like, hey, I know he's gonna vomit. And there's a fucking water bed. And then he's in this position or whatever. And then we ended up... I leave the room to see if anyone was back in time to, like, help me or something like that, because I had no idea what the hell I was doing. And then I come back and just threw up all over Alex's bed. Just like, bleh. And I was like, great, cool. It was only on the top cover, so all Alex had to do is just go, like, corner, and just throw it in the wash. And then I leave again. I remember it wasn't even that bad. Like, it was like... I don't even want to talk about this. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And then I leave the room again to grab something for him to throw up in if he needed to again. And then I get his phone and I get Sean to unlock his phone. And then you guys came back, I think. Yeah. And then I call, because my brother and his sister, I think, dated in elementary school. And, like, I've known Morgan forever. Oh, yeah. So then I'm like, hey, Brittany, Morgan's drank too much. You want to come get him? We're at this party. She's like, oh, just bring him to my dad's. And we're like, is anyone there? No. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to leave Morgan at, like, his dad's alone, sick. And then she's like, oh, just call my mom and sister. So I'm like, okay, so I call my mom and sister. Yeah, we're, like, on Main and, like, by Riverbend. We don't really want to come get him. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's your, like, son and brother. No. And then I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting in the room with Morgan. Nia comes in and was like, oh, like, what's Morgan up to? What the hell just happened here? Did it turn off? There we go. Now we're back to filming. We're back. Is that one still filming? So this is why we do this dry run. This one still has 4 minutes on it. But anyways, so Nia comes in, and then we're just, like, talking, and then she's like, what's Morgan up? Like, what's wrong with Morgan? Like, I drink too much. And she's like, oh, well, have fun, fucker. And just left. And I was like, okay. So, I actually do remember that now. So then I remember even coming in, you tell me that. So then I call my brother. I'm like, hey, Brandon, you drinking? He's like, no. I'm like, hey, you want to come get Morgan because he drank too much? And then he's like, yeah, sure. So he comes in, and he was in his uniform at the time, which was like kind of like a cop uniform. And then it scared everyone because everyone was fucking high as shit. And then... Was he a paramedic? What was it? No, he worked for the Native organization my dad did. Oh, cool. But it was like all black and like and it looked kind of, and he had like an emblem on it, so it kind of looked like a cop slash thing. And he comes in and grabs Morgan with one of his friends, and we all leave. And DJ comes with me, and dropped Morgan off, and he threw up all over my jacket and stuff like that. And I remember holding his head up with one finger while we were in the back of my brother's car with this vomit bucket.
I don't know if you want to put him on blast this much.
No, like it's not that bad. And then
as long
drop
as
him
you're
off.
okay with it.
Yeah. And then we drop him off, and his mom and sister didn't even say thank you. And then DJ stays over at my place.
Shout
Shout out to DJ once again. Shout out. And then I remember I get home and I just smell vomit on me. So like I go downstairs, take off all my clothes, throw it in the wash, and then I remember I took off my shoe and I found weed in my shoe, and I'm like, okay, I just threw it out. And then I remember I'm about to.
Why'd you throw my weed, Byron? Where the fuck's my weed? That's why I'm actually here. Give me that shit, boy.
And I remember I'm about to hop in the shower and I hear my phone vibrating, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I look at my phone, it's Dana Martin. And I'm like, hello? She's like, come to River Heights. Everyone ditched me. And I'm like, Dina, go home. You're drunk. No. I'm like, Dina. Okay. And she went home, and I was like, okay, thank God. But I was like, oh my God. And then the next morning I woke up and I had a message from Morgan being like, everyone says thank you, or say thank you to you, so thank you. Like, yeah, no problem, just wash my jacket and give me it back. And you gave it back and everything was fine. But
yeah, that was your first and last party. I don't know.
No, I went to a party 2 months ago or a month ago, a week before I left, and I was vlogging it. It's one of my vlogs actually, and it was my boss's party.
Which one is it? I don't. It's hard to tell because it's just numbers.
Yeah, it's just numbers. I need. That's why FTLO is a revamp soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop this one and.
Very interesting.
Hold on, where is it here? This is why FTLO is getting a revamp soon, which is really nice. But anyways, back to this FTLO story. Couple questions for you, because I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
Couple more questions, not about our personal lives. So the name for the podcast, which was something
yes.
FTLOcast. I'm gonna name it now, FTLOcast.
Is it official?
No, it's not official, but.
Do I have any other names? Do I ask?
Yeah. Do you have any other names?
For the Love. I just calling For the Love
just
podcast.
Yeah.
Like For the Love.
Just
yeah.
Or just go FLO podcast.
Yeah. I think that's good. I think if you run that consistent theme of like featuring Winnipeggers.
Yeah.
Prominent Winnipeggers.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. I think that's a really great expansion from what you started with Instagram.
Yeah.
Especially just continue the theme of like the Winnipeg.
Yeah. And then the new part, the collaborating part's the part I'm really excited about. Just meeting with people.
Like other Instagrammers?
Other Instagrammers and other artists. This is the thing that people...
What type of artists?
Any type of artist. Like poets, people who draw, graphic designers and stuff like that, and I want to collaborate with them.
You know, this is kind of a little bit off, but you know, it was really cool. There's this YouTuber in Winnipeg.
Casey Neistat?
No. But he's like huge. He has like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Like he's huge.
Yeah.
In the sneaker world, he started doing sneaker reviews. And I met him once because he played soccer too. I'm like, yo, you're the guy. You're the real Ray J, Ray, the real Ray or something like that.
Yeah.
Shout out my man. But he's huge and like I don't know. He lives in Winnipeg. But he's a huge YouTuber.
I didn't know that. But yeah.
Anyways,
so,
you should chat about it.
Yeah.
Collab.
This guy. So that was one thing. So it's just collaborating with people. So like if a poet comes up to me and has a poem about Winnipeg or something like that they made, we can make we work together and make a video or some sort of series of photos that go with the poem.
Very cool.
Which would be really cool, and I want to promote other people because I have 12.4 thousand followers right now.
Yeah.
And there's people that I think deserve way more followers than 500, and they only have 500.
Yeah.
So I want to promote their stuff, but I don't want to be like, here's a picture that they took or something like that, because that's kind of lame, and like every other account does that. So I want to be like, let's work together.
And like create. That's really cool.
Let's create something.
Poem and Scam also underrated because like.
Yeah, poems, graphic designers.
But even just like putting a picture of a poem.
Yeah.
I feel like you maybe like a couple pick thing, but I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I get like sent that all the time.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that's one thing. The other one's like people who draw, and like I have a friend who I'm going to be sending a picture to, and he's going to draw half the picture.
Oh, that's so cool.
So we're going to like collaborate like that, and there's a whole bunch of like the podcast is like the mother of it all, like the top of it right now.
Very cool.
So that's what's going on with that. The next thing that I need to figure out eventually. I want a reoccurring segment. Not segment, but like a segment, yes. But also, Hot Ones. They eat hot wings.
Yes.
I remember I used to like watch not vlogs, but podcasts and listen to podcasts like ages ago. They'd like every podcast they'd do something on the same level. Like one was like drink funky kinds of beer that you would normally drink. I was thinking that, but I can't really have that if I have like big name people on.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of something on
Bannock. Just Bannock.
Just straight Bannock.
Just eat as much 2 tons of Bannock. So you have to finish it before you leave the room.
So from what I was thinking is, on that note, I was thinking that I would do like paste like donuts or something like that, from donuts or bronuts or something like that.
Fuck, that's smart.
And bring that in, and then like have that involved in this and be like, this is like
the person's like gluten intolerant.
Yeah,
just make them eat it. Eat it. If you want to get the publicity, eat it.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking about that, but like it's such a interesting thing trying to come up with all these ideas and everything like that for this podcast. And
boy, I think you're killing it. I think all these are like fire and like really on point.
Like
because this could be like it just fills a space that's not really there.
Yeah, and
especially in Winnipeg.
For me, for like the reason why I also wanted to start the podcast is because I know of people that will never be on CBC, will never be on the radio, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But they also have a voice that no one's really given. Like a friend named Jessica, love her to death. I just met her, or I just hung out with her a couple days ago and went for lunch and caught up. And I'm like, I said to her, I want her on the podcast because I have her on Facebook and she has a lot of opinions. And I want to talk to her about the opinions without, one, her being judged, two, without it being on Facebook and everyone's being weird on Facebook and stuff like that. As well as she's never going to be on CBC or a radio show talking about her stuff. I have about the same amount of people watching and listening to my stuff as maybe CBC would have in an afternoon.
Interesting.
Like, I have about 10,000 followers that are actively on Instagram. Like, that's something that's, like, can't really get anywhere else, really.
It'd be interesting to see the metrics on that. But no, the idea behind it, that, like, TV is dead. Like,
TV is dead, radio's dying.
Yeah.
Like, podcasts, it's not a big thing, but for the people that I have that are my followers would love that.
Yeah.
Would love to, it sounds weird, but coming out, showing myself on the account and everything like that, like seeing and interacting with people on the street where people literally come up to me and start talking to me and I'm like, hey, like, thanks for the compliment.
And most people coming out story, yours coming out story.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's why I hate always saying like coming out, but like showing myself on the account is just such a wonderful, crazy thing that I never would have expected, first of all, but having like people like you sitting down across from me and actually talking and like going from something to something. It's better if I didn't know the person, so we're not just talking about stories from like way back when, so these people hear it, but my camera's dying, that one's dying.
It's okay.
But yeah. About it.
Where do you see it going? What's the vision?
Vision? Getting like politicians on here. Because my age range is like 18 to 40, which is perfect age range for me. Like I saw my metrics on it on Instagram and that's what it is and it's perfect. What else? Like I want this to be a space where people can talk freely about whatever they want and whatever thoughts they have and stuff like that, which I think is something that we don't have a lot of, especially now, which we need the most of. And this room is so far being nice. This one wall needs to be redone and stuff like that, but like,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, but like everything other than that, it's going to be really cool, and I'm really excited for the future of this, the future of the account, the future of everything.
Now, the real question: are you turning this into the Team 10 house? Can I move in?
I wish. But yeah, ending it off now. I thought my reoccurring segment, since that camera's on the back, reoccurring segment is
like
what?
Pastries?
No. What? Like a question. Reoccurring.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about Winnipeg?
You. Will you marry? Byron, will you marry?
What are we at here? Hold on. We're at 11 minutes on that. If that dies, that's fine.
What is my favorite thing about Winnipeg?
Or what do you love about Winnipeg?
I think it's like, even though it's like very superficial, but I think it creates a really big environment, which is the fact that you have a place which is low cost but still like a decent city. It almost becomes a great place for artists to get together and have a space and have a voice and still have similar infrastructure you get in big cities, but where it's more affordable and you can actually live and you can actually have time for shit like this because you're not paying whatever $2,000 in rent. I think that's very cool. Yeah, and the people, I've always found when I'm going to other places, people love Winnipeggers in general. I don't know. But I think, overall, I think that's actually like a big benefit. And it being a big city and having really low rates makes it a really good hub for art.
And everything else, really.
Yeah.
Ubisoft or whatever is now
Ubisoft is here,
Yeah, like everything, like it.
I don't know. I feel like that's probably just a bunch of tax cuts. It's not that. It's not that. I'm sure.
It's cool, and adding on to that, I think it's just like Winnipeg is growing, and it's really nice seeing, and it's like we're actually getting recognized for stuff finally that we've had forever and all that. So it's really nice seeing. It was nice talking to you about random things.
That was a really random podcast, so yes.
This podcast goes from everywhere, but this is why we're doing the test podcast, because I need to notice that thing stops every 20 minutes and that thing dies within an hour or whatever, however long we did this.
You can plug those ones in, right?
No, I can't.
That one's like okay.
Yeah, that one's battery. But yeah, anyways. So we're going to sign off. It was nice talking to you. It was nice seeing you again.
I guess this is where I die.
Yeah,
disappear off the cast.
We're going to be done. So it was nice seeing you, Santi. Do you want to plug your Instagram?
At Santiago _Godoy 204. Is it?
Yeah, it's 204.
Something like that.
Anyways, see you later.
Bye. Very interesting.
See you later.
Bye.